Welcome to the Growth Execution Podcast. We are here every week to bring you people who can help to inspire you and really join and focus you on that journey through your business growth. I'm delighted to be joined this week by Shawn Harper, ex-NFL star. Hey, Shawn, how you doing?
I'm doing wonderful. How are you?
I'm really well. Thank you. Very well indeed. Now, listen, we have got a lot to get through, but I'm really, first of all, just wanted to know how you kind of got going. What was kind of your start of your journey along the way?
As far as being an entrepreneur, it was just something that I was actually thrown into. What happened is that my brother owned a security firm, and he had taken out a loan from me. And as far as the collateral from that loan, he gave me a portion of his company. I said, okay, that's fine. I mean, I wasn't really impressed, by that. But long story short, he formed another company, and he made me one of the owners of that company because the loan was the previous company. Then that company fell into trouble, and so we scrapped it. And my brother-in-law, and I picked it up, and we started moving with a brand new company. Well, in 2004, he left town one day and said, hey, I got to go. Here's the company. By the way, you have 3 audits, and you have the government and Homeland, and other people are kind of looking for you here. So goodbye. I said, okay.
That's a great exit.
That was July 2004.
Okay.
And we picked it up from there, and we carried it, we nursed it, we babied it, and we allowed it to grow, and we pushed it to grow, and now it's doing quite well almost 20 years later.
Congratulations and well done. Loads of people listening into this know how hard those hard yards are, right? Well, what do you think got you through?
What was that?
What do you think got you through those hard yards?
You know what? There's no amount of money that could capture the value of just good old-fashioned grit, fighting, learning how to get back on the bike, understanding what failure is. Failure is life's way of teaching you. Life, as they say, life gives the test, then it teaches the lesson. But oftentimes, we're raised, and we're groomed to be fearful of failure. Yeah. Failure is how you learn. That's how you learn how to ride a bike. You fail. That's how you learn how to walk. You fail and you get back up and you keep moving. In fact, according to Google, the average millionaire has filed for bankruptcy 3.2 times. You fall and you get back up. You fall and you get back up, and you keep moving, and you write down your lessons, and eventually, you will get it right. Just keep falling forward. Don't ever stop.
I love that. And I think that stat from Google as well is so amazing, isn't it? It's just actually this is how, as you say, people learn and grow. And what do you think is the biggest sort of the lesson that you've taken the most out of some of those falling forwards along the way? Is there a particular sort of pattern to them?
Yeah. I think one of the keys or the requirements for an amazing entrepreneur is humility. And every time you fall, it makes you a little humble, just a little bit more humble, to the point where you realize that, what, I'm here to I not only need people, I'm here to serve people. And then once you realize who you are and who you're not, now you're ready to grow and to develop a team. And that is the secret sauce, having a team, understanding who you are, who you're not, and how to build people around you that can complement your weaknesses, the weaknesses of the organization, and have the skill set and the leadership to get the best out of each and every person, and have them develop or see the win within the organization as well. That takes seasons to understand that, to learn how to respond and not react, and to see, to be able to hear what's going on in your organization, not just hearing, but just hearing spiritually, hearing, okay, this is what's happening 2 years from now. This is what's going on 6 months from now. Being able to see down the road years and understand the climate, understand the culture, and how it affects your organization.
Yeah, brilliant. And I think what you were saying about serving other people and having the humility, it works both internally, as you say, within your team, and for customers as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. Especially in this culture. There's a lot of communication, but there's not a lot of intimacy. There's not a lot of connecting with people. We communicate all day. We connect with no one. And people are dying and starving for that. So if you are a emerging business owner, now I don't use the word small business owner because that's stupid, right? But you are a emerging business owner, then one of your key strengths is that you're going to have to learn how to connect with people, not just communicate, but connect. And once you learn how to connect, and you can touch a person, touch their heart, you know, understand where they're at, use the empathy, use the sympathy. I tell you what, you can move, and you can move mountains once you get out of the communication zone and get into the connecting zone.
So brilliant. And I can think already about how within my business, as well as I'm sure within the listeners' businesses as well, you can really apply that, because a lot of the times you're just making noise, right? You're not really actually hearing a lot, and you're certainly not necessarily saying anything of depth. Do you, when you look back and you think about all of the people that have helped you along the way, do you have any kind of advice that sort of lived with you all the way through?
Wow, let me think about that for a second. Yeah, believe it or not, I've gotten a lot of help indirectly, and things that I've learned playing sports has carried over. So I had some amazing college coaches. And one of my favorite coaches was a guy named Bill Mallory at Indiana University, and what I learned from him was, but your word is your bond. That's it. Your word is your bond. And piggybacking off of that, my brother, before he passed away, he sat me down one day and he asked me a particular question. And the question was no. And he said, don't ever start that habit. And then he looked at me, he said, Shawn, whatever you do, protect your name. Your name is so valuable. You can't put a price tag on it. And oftentimes people destroy their name before they realize the value of their name. Let your yes be yes and your no be no. Protect your name. Got it.
Love that. And that's so true from a brand perspective, right? So personal brands as well as your business brand, you have to deliver on the promises you make.
Oh God, yes. Oh yes, definitely.
And when you look back over the last sort of year and a half, 2 years, has that, the pandemic and things like that, has that impacted and changed your business, first of all? Has that changed anything within what you do?
Well, yeah, well, you know, yes and no. It had a profound effect upon my speaking business because I'm a speaker.
Yeah.
And about 98% of all my engagements just dried up overnight. Within 2 days, they're all gone. Okay. As far as the security industry, because I own a security firm, as far as the security industry, it had a different effect. The clients were there, but the people to work the post aren't. And I have spent so much money recruiting. That is honestly something that I haven't licked yet. Okay. And it's really tough because people have a unique level of, or a very high level of entitlement now. It's like, you know what? It's a buyer's market, you know, and you want me and what's in it for me. And it's extremely challenging, but we are overcoming that. And we are developing tactics, methodologies, and strategies to deal with that. And we are now starting to see some results.
Good. And do you think that this is just kind of radical? Do you think that is that a generational thing? Is that like, you know, has it changed over the last 5-10 years? What's driving that?
Well, I think as far in the US, I think that COVID was an extreme game changer because everyone started receiving stimulus checks.
Yeah.
And they got used to being home and not working. And then some people got used to working from home. It's like, man, this is awesome. Like, I don't think I'm ever going to go back out into the workplace again.
Do you know what? Yeah, I've got some friends over there in the States, and they were saying it is just incredible. this money just drops through the mail, and it's yeah, it works. I see. So that's kind of changed that a little bit. And what do you kind of think is where are you looking to go with the business now? What's the kind of next level for you?
Well, I really love my other business as far as speaking and, being able to travel and to invest and to consult with people, speak in corporations, speak in churches. That's my heart. I love it. And so what I'm looking to do now is to bring in a potential partner and to leverage his ability, and then I can capture time. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, one of the most precious resources in the world is time.
Never get it back.
I said, guess what? If I'm like, I take a 30-40% cut in salary, that's fine, because time, I'm out there now and I'm, helping people, doing what I've always wanted to do. And now I understand why, millionaires and billionaires get to a certain age and they just resign. They stay the founder, but then, but you know what, I'm gone. Why? Because they realize that time is so precious.
Yeah, you can't buy, it's so hard to buy time. It doesn't matter how much money you've got, you're just never going to get that back, right? Brilliant. And thinking about, so what we do is towards the end of these is generally kind of have a quick sort of fire round of questions. So just wanted to kind of just really pick your brains about certain things. If you were to go back to when you started out in business, what is the one thing you wish you'd known?
Building a team and understanding cash flow.
Okay, good. Thank you. Where would you most like to be in the world right now?
Traveling and speaking and investing in building orphanages and, just being a real high level philanthropist.
Brilliant. What is the job that you most hated doing?
Administrative. Anything administrative.
Yeah. That's so much what you mean on that. What's your best memory?
Wow, man, geez. College is, I just had so much fun. Imagine 45,000 students, we're all the same age and we're all living away from home. Fun.
Brilliant, congratulations. And what's the thing you most want to do before it all ends, before you can't do it anymore?
Encourage people and motivate people.
Yeah. Well, listen, you've done a lot of that today, and I'm so grateful for your time and for joining us on the Growth Execution podcast. Listen, if people listening in want to get to know you better, want to find out more, how to get in touch with Shawn?
Hey, you can go to my website at shawnharper.org, ShawnHarper.org. You can go to Shawn Harper Speaker on Instagram. There's a lot of video clips, great stuff right there. So ShawnHarper.org and Shawn Harper Speaker. And one more, Winning by Design on Facebook.
Perfect. Listen, so grateful for your time, Shawn. Thank you very much indeed. We will be back next week with yet another great speaker. So enjoyed the time today. Thanks so much for listening. Thank you for being there, Shawn.
Awesome.
Great stuff. We will catch up with you again next week. Have a great growth week, and we'll see you then.